Good morning, dear students. It's me, Malohat, again with you. Dear students, today at our lesson, we will talk about question formation. Dear students, you know that in English language it is distinguished four types of questions. And the first one is general question. And second one is special question. And the next one is alternative question. And the last one is tag question. And each type of these questions is formed by different ways. So usually, to form an interrogative sentence, we use auxiliary verbs and modal verbs and also WH words. So usually, general questions are formed with the help of auxiliary verbs and modal verbs. And they usually require short answers. As for special questions, they require to use WH words. And they don't require short answers, they require a complete answer. So in our following slides, we will look through together with you some of those types of questions. Don't be afraid of the answers. Be afraid of not asking the questions. These are the words by Jennifer Hudson about questions. So as for yes-no questions, inverting the subject and the verb, adding helping verb before the subject. I've just told that yes or no questions, they are general questions. They require yes or no, short answers. And they are formed with the help of auxiliary verbs and modal verbs. For example, do you speak English? Are you a student? Yes, I am. Or no, I am not. Do you speak Spanish? Yes, I do. No, I do not. And etc. So questions with auxiliaries. 99% of the time we need to use something called an auxiliary, a helper to make a question in English. The verb to be, for example. I am happy. So, as you can see in this declarative sentence, we use the present simple tense of the verb to be, am form, for the first person singular. The subject of this sentence here is in the first person singular, so that is why we use the form am of the verb to be here. I am happy. And to form a question from this affirmative sentence, we should put the form of to be as am in front of the subject. For example, am I happy? And the next one is modal verbs. They can speak Spanish very well. As you can see, we used the modal verb in this affirmative sentence. And to form a question, to form an interrogative sentence from this declarative sentence, we should put the modal verb in front of the subject. For example, can they speak Spanish very well? So the next one is future auxiliary. So future tense forming auxiliary is so you know, will, yeah? Shall will. I will see you later. So as you can see here in affirmative sentence, we put the future auxiliary after the subject. It is between the subject and the predicate. To form a question from this affirmative sentence, we should put the future auxiliary in front of the subject. Will I see you later? Or will you see me later? Or will I see you later? Present perfect auxiliary. Dear students, we all know that present perfect auxiliary is have, has. It is a present simple tense form of the auxiliary verb to have is have, has. Have, has. He hasn't phoned us. Hasn't he phoned us? As you can see, by putting the present perfect auxiliary in front of the subject, we formed a question from this declarative sentence. Hasn't he phoned us? Questions in present simple. Use auxiliaries do, does at the beginning of the question. So, you know that in present simple tense, there is no any auxiliary in a declarative sentence. Yeah. For example, I speak English. I go to school in the morning. Or I can speak English. Here, as you can see, in some of them, there is a modal verb. For example, if we take the last one, there is a modal verb. I can speak Spanish. Or I study at school. As you can see in this sentence, there is no any auxiliary verb or the modal verb in an affirmative sentence. And in such kind of cases, what shall we do to form a question if there is no any auxiliary verb or no any modal verb in a sentence, in an affirmative sentence? In this case, we should use question forming auxiliary verb do does in front of the subject. For the third person singular, we use does, and for the other persons, singular and plural, we use do form to form a question in present simple tense. You know, for example, in third person singular, change the verb to the base form. It is the s from the verb is added to does. So, examples for do. We have English every Wednesday. Do we have English every Wednesday? Examples for does. My pen has black ink. Does my pen have black ink? He teaches English as a second language. Does he teach English as a second language? As you can see, in an affirmative sentence, as the subject of the sentence is in the third person singular, we added the suffix es to the stem of the main verb. But when we formed a question, so here pay attention to the main verb. The main verb is remain here without any suffix. Why? Because we added the suffix to the stem of the auxiliary verb do, and it became does. So that is why we remained the main verb without any suffix here. I mean, teach. Does he teach English as a second language? Maria types quickly. Pay attention. We here again added the suffix as to the stem of the main verb, and it became types, as the subject of the sentence is in the third person singular. Maria types quickly. And to form a question, we should use do, and we should add the suffix of the main verb to the stem of the auxiliary verb, and then it becomes does. Does Maria type quickly? As you can see here, the main verb is without any suffix here. I mean, type. Does Maria type quickly? Questions in past tense. So in past tense, we should use past simple tense of do. It is did for all pronouns in plural and in singular. Use the auxiliary did. Change the verb back to the base form. For example, she talked too much. Did she talk too much? As you can see, we changed the verb back to the base form because we express the tense form of the verb with the help of the past simple tense of the auxiliary verb do. It is did. Did she talk too much? I wrote my name on the test. Did I write my name on the test? Here again, we changed the main verb back to the base form, as we express the tense form of the verb with the help of did. Did I write my name on the test? The student spoke on the phone. Did the student speak on the phone? WH questions. Who, what, where, why, when, how, which. So we know that who is used for a person, what is used for things, where is used for places, Why is used for reason, and when is used for time, and how is used for processes, and which is used for choice. Let us choose. There are WH questions about the subject and all other WH questions. Sentences with auxiliary verbs. You must invert the subject and the helping verb following the WH word. Sammy is going to Florida. So Sammy is a subject here. Is a helping verb, it is auxiliary verb, and the going is a main verb here. And Florida, where? So we should put the question where, as it is a place. Where is Sammy going? Sentences without auxiliary verbs. So need to have a form of the verb do inserted. Change the main verb to its base form. WH word is in the initial position. For example, the man broke the window. What did the man break? When the subject of the sentence is not known, there is no inversion. When the question is about the subject, the WH word who, what, which replaces the subject, and the verb is always in the singular. He's feeling sick. Who is feeling sick? They are learning foreign languages. Who is learning foreign languages? Dear students, you should ask questions to the underlined part. Dear students, that is the end of our lesson about question formation. Thank you for your attention. Our lesson is over. Goodbye.